Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we got all of our precision planting Yield Sense 2020 for our 9550. We're going to leave the 9500 alone. We're just putting a yield monitor on the 9550. That's a moisture sensor. This is the old factory one. I just took it off, so that's going to bolt on where that was. We have the flow sensor here. We have the special paddle chain that goes in the clean grain elevator. So that's all here. Gonna be putting this in. Gonna really focus on it tomorrow, I think, but for now I have a different project I'm working on, and that is taking down these bunker silo walls. There was a wall all the way along here. It was 5 blocks high. Already taken that down today. And we're using this excavator that you guys saw show up at the end of the last video. This is a friend's. We're borrowing it and doing any work on it we see fit while we have it. We like to return things in better shape than we borrowed them in, so whether that's fixing leaks, we put a push button start in here because you had to jump it off the starter to get it going. So just little things that improve it before we send it back. So I'm working on this wall. That one, the loop broke on top of the block, and I'm reaching through right now to get those 3 there. I think there's another 3 on the other side of that one, and they were kind of just supports along the wall. So I'm gonna work my way down here, grab as much as I can. There's a lot of stuff here that's gonna get cleaned up once this wall's gone, or even before that. Without further ado though, you guys don't want to see me talking, you want to see the excavator running, so let's get right to it. Here we go. This is just your standard excavator controls. We have a gas shock coming too for this, so that'll be fixed. So yeah, just your normal excavator. So we got a good pile of blocks here. I think we got 60 or 70 stacked up and ready to go. The way I'm doing it, I listed all these on Facebook Marketplace about a week ago. got everybody who's interested in them wrote down, and I'm messaging them a couple people at a time for the amount of blocks that are here, and giving them 24 hours to respond. If they don't respond, move on to the next people until we move these blocks out. May have to take some to the auction too, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see if they all go. Here, Dad, this is the base plate for the moisture sensor on the Precision kit, and he was lining up the holes, seeing if it was going to work. The holes just have to be widened out a little bit there and there, but other than that, I think it's going to bolt right into where the existing bolts were, which is nice and slick. Now, we were told how this works. You're looking at this upside down right now. It goes like this on the combine, and you have this little auger, and this will fill up with grain until it gets up to this sensor. This sensor will kick this auger on. It'll empty this down to nothing, and then it will fill back up again to that. And each time it's checking the moisture right here. So you're always getting a fresh moisture sample. And yeah, that's just how it works. I don't know why they designed it like that, but that's just how it was. This one I was told was a very unreliable moisture sensor, but it worked very much the same way. It's got this little paddle thing with the motor on it, and it would fill up and then empty out as you were going through the field. This is the flow sensor, and this goes up on the very top of the clean grain elevator, which I'll show you guys later. But the back of this, there's paddles on a chain, and they throw grain across this sensor, and it can sense how much grain is going across it, and that's how you get your yield while you're in the combine looking at the screen. That's how it shows you your bushels per acre. Now, this system is going to utilize the screen, the DBM, which is just this box that is in the planting tractor, as well as the GPS globe and my field view drive with the iPad. And it's all going to be moved from the planting tractor into the combine, and then when we're done combining, back into the planting tractor, just so it really cuts down on the cost to get your combine up and going. You can eventually get that another screen and all that, but on a little bit of a late night here. Got the whole moisture sensor. Oh, hang on. Got the whole moisture sensor installed right there. Looking good. This is the cable that runs up there to where the main brain is going to be, but there's a 12 volt constant power that's got to be run, which I ran it back there, up underneath here, and up into the battery. I am calling it a night, going home, come back tomorrow morning, start on the flow sensor on that. That'll be... Just finished dueling up the 4960, and I wanted to show you guys a quick update on the yield sense. We got it 100% installed. It's all except for some cable management, which I have a package coming from Amazon today that's going to fix that. But yeah, so all of that up there. The GPS cable is what's hanging down and all over the place because I'm running some cable management stuff up the back of the cab. But we got the brain mounted right there. And I got a bulkhead, it's called, that goes inside the cab, and it has a plug right there on that access panel, and so you can just unplug the harness right there. Moisture sensor, which you guys have seen. You can press and hold this button and listen to it run. Probably can't hear it, but we have the flow sensor up there, which yeah, it's just a little box on the top of the clean grain elevator. Nothing special, just takes a whole lot of work to put it in. And then I'll show you guys up in the cab. Here we are in the cab. This is gonna be my view for harvest. Out the window, 2020s right there. Don't have my iPad mount in here yet. That's coming in the Amazon shipment. Talking about putting it maybe either right there or like down in here. And that is going to determine where I mount my field view drive and where this Ethernet cable runs that feeds the field view. But other than that, 2020's there. Also have to mount this CB somewhere. Right now it's just stuck there. Need a new headliner, but we're not going to worry about that for now because the headliners don't pay the bills. We've got this big old rat's nest down here of all the cables. Now an interesting thing on this is the 50 series is the first combine with a CAN system. So that is just a full electronic system for monitoring and stuff. So that is how this 2020 gets your head height, your it reads a ton of information off the combine, even to your engine RPMs, whether your separator is running, and that is all gonna go right into the 2020 off of the diagnostic port right down in the cab. So pretty simple, plug and play. I got everything hooked up and working on that already. With the combine being virtually done, I have moved on to working on the 4960, and I will show you what we need to do in here. We are just mounting this CB radio in here somewhere. It's got the antenna on the roof already, and that is this thing. This is my favorite CB system so far. They're 50 bucks, dirt cheap, and they're tiny. Look at, they're smaller than my hand, and you can put them anywhere really, but they work well. So I've got one in here, got one in the combine, and the same CB is in my pickup because my pickup pulls the head around. And then we have a, what is that brand? It's a name brand one in the semi, so a good one. And then everybody can talk to each other. I just don't have one in the straight truck yet. That is, I ran out of budget, okay? I bought 2 CBs and an antenna and some antenna extensions, so this is all we're getting for this year. But it definitely is a lot more spacious in here without all my monitors and iPads in here, that's for sure. The only thing in here left from planting is the fold box. Everything else is moved over there to the combine. And you can soybean harvest is literally right around the corner. We could be harvesting beans as early as Monday. Today is Friday, so could be next video being a harvest video, which is super exciting, but pretty stressful at the same time because we are not ready. Once that is done, it is going on the manure spreader. We have a manure pile in a field yet that's going to wheat, so that's got to be spread out before we start beans. And then we also have a couple hay fields to chisel plow, as well as we still have to put that floor in the grain bin, which we have not forgot about. We are getting to that. But if the beans are dry, we can put that off a little bit to right before corn harvest, because then we'll only be running corn through the dryer and all the beans will go straight into the market. There it is, all mounted up. I mounted it to just one bolt on the fold box. I figure this thing will be in here for a long time. And then microphone's just on the back right here, so I can be running all the controls. Just reach around behind me real quick, grab my microphone, speak into it, and then put it back. Just like that. 4960 is done. Hook the manure spreader on it. Parked it away so we can get that manure hauled when we have time. We have room in here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull the combine in the barn. It deserves to. It's been sitting outside all week. These just got all our fire extinguishers inspected, and some of them needed something done to them and other ones needed replaced in these piles, but I don't remember which is which. I'll just move those over that way, I guess. Just keep them separated. You always hope you don't want to use your fire extinguishers, but it's always good to keep them inspected and make sure they're in working order. Hi, Lucky. Hi, Lucky. Come on. Come on. Come on, Lucky, move. Move, Lucky. Silly dog. Must think he's the boss or something. Forgot to put the ladder in. Let's see if I can sneak by that ladder there. Oh yeah, we're good. This old girl is just over, or almost at 7,000 engine hours. Yeah, she's been worked her fair share. That one, I think we bought it with just under, I think it was at like 3,900 hours on it, on the engine. She's got a lot of life left. These are some of our steers that we raised. There's also 2 heifers in here. Our plan is to start cow calving a little bit on the side, along with buying bull calves that are just born, and then raising them all the way up to slaughter. This is our group that will be our 2024 beef. So they are all good. This one's a heifer. And this one's a heifer. They're both Angus crosses. A few of these are Angus crosses, and then we have a few full Holstein and then a Jersey cross right there. And that's Lucky over there because he thinks he's a cow for some reason. So yeah, I guess if anybody out there didn't know, we are a cash crop operation as well as a beef operation. We also raise about 10 pigs a year too, but that's more of a personal deal. We also grow a lot of hay. That whole barn is full of hay over there, as well as this barn over here, but the roof's kind of blowing off of that barn, so we're gonna be tearing her down probably next year. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going home for the night, and I don't know if I'll be back here tomorrow or not. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.